Hey guys, it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and do that. It's currently 11:09 p.m. tonight, and as you guys know, this is now a career, lifestyle, and faith channel, and you guys know I love to talk to you guys about Jesus and just talk to you guys about my faith and trusting God and believing in God and things like that. So something's been going on lately, and I really wanted to talk to you guys about it and share it with you guys, and that is hearing God's voice, just hearing the voice of God and just being able to connect in a different way. So I've kind of been distancing myself away from kind of like the world and things like that, and kind of getting more into God and more into His Word and reading about it and listening to it and just really getting into it and praying and fasting and things like that. And I've really seen a difference in the way that I hear and receive from God. If you're, I'm a Christian. If you are a Christian like me, or if you know someone who believes in God or trusts in God and things like that, a lot of times we hear them saying things like, God told me to call this person, or God told me to tell you this, or I heard God was telling me to take this job, or God told me not to take this job. And we hear this so many times. And if you're anything like me, you're like, how come I'm not hearing from God in that way? Because I was always like, how come I don't hear from you? Like, I thought I had a decent relationship with you. How come you don't talk to me like that? How come you're not giving me direction, or you're not telling me to call somebody or go this way or that way? And I was just kind of like, I want that type of relationship with God. So I told my grandma about it. We prayed about it, and she's like, we're going to pray that the Lord talks to you, and the closer that you draw to Him, the closer you draw to Him, that He'll draw to you. Draw closer to God, He will draw to you. I'll put the scripture down here somewhere, but yeah. And I began to pray about it. I would fast and I would pray about it, and I would just try to stay in His Word and try to stay connected and tell Him, Lord, I want to hear from you. I want to know more about you. I want to know that you're real and you're everything. So I began to just pray to Him a lot more, and then I started to notice a difference and just being able to kind of hear the voice of God. And of course, it's not as strong as I would like it to be. Some people can hear the voice of God in like an audible voice or something, or some people just know in their spirit that the Lord is telling them to do something. And sometimes for me, as I'm growing in my faith and getting better every day, I have to decipher whose voice it is. Like, is this really the voice of the Lord? Is it just me making up something? Is it, and I'm trying to figure that out. And that's just the process of being stronger in your faith every single day. It's a process. So, and then getting kind of away from like the worldly stuff and kind of just getting more into God and things like that. It's all a process. So I have been working on that, and I noticed just a lot of different things I will talk about this week in general. So a mishap had happened in the ER yesterday, and there was just water everywhere, and people were wearing like plastic bags like up to their kneecaps and like walking through water to get patients and things like that. The fire department had to come and fix the situation, and I was just very anxious and kind of nervous about it. If you guys didn't know, I have pretty bad anxiety, or I used to. God has definitely delivered me from a lot of that anxiety, but I still have a little bit of anxiety. And I was like, oh my God, I really don't want to have to go down there to get any patients with the water down there. And then what if I slip and fall? And what if I have to find somebody to help me put the little booties on, or the little plastic bags? And it was just, kind of nervous about it. And then I felt in my spirit saying, pray about it. And a lot of things I try to handle myself, but a lot of things you can pray about anything and everything. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I prayed and I said, Lord, please hold the patients back until the situation is fixed. Don't let me have to go down there with the water down there. Let me go down there when things are fixed and things are better. And lo and behold, it was a busy night, and patients were coming, and they began to slow down. And the patient load slowed down for at least 2 hours. When the situation was fixed, I got an ER patient and was able to go downstairs. And it was kind of damp down there, but there was no flooding water. I didn't have to wear the booties. I didn't have to deal with any of those things. And it was a moment where I was kind of like, wow, like I listened to that voice. I told you guys I listened to the voice concerning this channel as well. But I was just learning, to listen to the voice, like, wow, I can pray about certain things, and God does hear me, and He's listening. And I was like, okay. So then the same night, I had to go do a patient early in the morning. So it's actually this morning, I guess, pretty much. And I felt in my spirit, because first I always pray before I go do patients, like portables, like, Lord, don't let any patients try to touch me or, do anything crazy towards me. Let them be in good spirits when I get in there. Give me favor finding all the anatomy. Let me be able to get in and get out, and just bless me when I go into this room. So I always usually do that. And this time, I was going to go get a patient from the ER, and I hate doing ER patients early in the morning right when I'm about to go home. Like, usually I have like all my portables in the morning and then I go home, but I had to do an ER patient. So I go to do the ER patient. It was going to be a leg, trying to look for a blood clot. So I was praying, Lord, let your will be done, pretty much. Like, let me see what it is that you want me to see, whatever it might be. And then I felt something in my spirit say, what do you want? And I was like, what? You know, like I know, so now I'm learning to kind of know the voice of God because it says something that I wouldn't say. A lot of times it's hard for me to differentiate what I'm hearing or what I'm thinking because I can't tell, is this just me? Am I just doing this or whatever? But I know it was, what do you want? Something I wouldn't tell myself, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So in that moment, I was kind of like, okay. So I said, Lord, bless this person to be able to first walk, that I won't have to push them in a wheelchair, and then bless them that they don't have a blood clot at all. And I go down there, the lady did not want a wheelchair and she didn't have a blood clot. And I was like, wow. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I was like, okay, so I am really hearing from you. You are telling me these things. And it was just a great experience. Of course, like I said, I want to be closer to God. I want to hear from him more often. I know some people who can just strike up a conversation with God and go back and forth. I'm not that person. So I'm working on it and things like that and just growing stronger in my faith. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I don't know, it was just really amazing just to see. I was like, wow, like he said, ask for what you want. I did, and I got what I wanted. And the fact that I was able to pray and that he was able to calm down the patient load and just so many different things that I've seen and I've felt in my spirit to say. Sometimes I will feel the need to apologize to someone. Like if I've done something wrong or said something, then I feel it in my spirit that go apologize to that person. And I'll go ahead and I'll apologize, and it meant the world to them that I apologized, or that's what they needed to hear. Or I might have something that they're going through something and I feel like I need to ask them what's wrong, and it might come out of nowhere, and then I just feel like I need to ask them what's wrong, and I'll ask them, and they begin to pour into me and talk to me about what's going on, and they really needed an outlet, and God was able to use me as their outlet because I listened to that voice. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It was just an amazing journey, and hopefully it'll get even better and I'll be able to hear from him even more. But I wanted to go ahead and answer a few questions for you guys. So we have Brown Skin Honey, who says, do you plan to take any other registries for sonography? Yes, vascular. You said, do I plan to take abdomen? Probably not. I might take abdomen just to have it underneath my belt and say that I'm abdomen registered. But at my job, the only modality that you get paid a higher pay grade for is vascular. So in every ultrasound department needs to have one person who's vascular registered, and our person is gone, and the person who is here I think is going to be retiring soon, so they really need someone to be vascular registered, and that will also increase my pay grade for being vascular registered. So I am supposed to be vascular registered, I think by September is what they have me at. So you might see some new vlogs and stuff coming up of me studying for my vascular registry. But yes, I do plan to take another one, and it will be vascular. So Natasha S. said, hey, I just came across your channel and it's pretty awesome. Thank you. I'm considering becoming an ultrasound tech, but I'm kind of nervous about not being able to find a job. Do you think that this job position is too saturated? Love you too. I don't think it's too saturated. I think that because me and you are talking about it and I make a channel about it and we see it, that we think it's saturated, but in all reality, I don't feel like it is. It's really hard to find an ultrasound school. As you can see, there's not many in Georgia. I had to go to Alabama. The only one in Georgia that I know of is Armstrong, and it's a 4-year bachelor program. Not a lot of people want to complete that. So no, I really don't think that it's a saturated field. I just think it feels saturated because me and you are discussing it. But I don't think it's saturated. I am constantly seeing job openings for ultrasound jobs. I'm seeing job positions online of people that are traveling techs. People are willing to pay you to move to another state. Bonuses of like $3,000 just to move there and to work for them. I've seen so many different deals. So I don't think it's saturated at all, and I don't think you're going to have a problem getting a job in ultrasound at all. But yeah, those are my 2 questions that I'm answering for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or you want to share your stories of hearing from God, tell me down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.